Well, it's always going to be hard coming back and beating our killer Japanese road trip series, what with the trips to the Nismo and the top secret factories, as well as the D1 round.
That's right, this edition we've gone one step better and we've taken a trip to Las Vegas for the world's biggest car show, SEMA.
Yeah, this thing is absolutely insane. Words can't describe it. Like, if you were going to see everything there, you'd be walking something like 30 kilometers.
Well, I couldn't help but noticing that you didn't get an invite and you weren't taken to Japan and they didn't even take you to Indy.
Using the same crap jokes as last year then, yeah.
It's a Saturday night, so we headed to the strip. Gotta get fitted, cause you know I stay dipped. Just got a fade, MIT looking clean. Stunners on my face, pocket full of green. Jace laced up, whip raised up. Ready with the switches and the whole bass up. Trunk got knocked, dubs look hot. Looking for the sideshow, that be the spot. Million out of sight, coming straight from the Zay. Young Jay out of Oakland, off from the Yay. 3 Bay bosses, getting cracking. At the sideshow with the tracks you be slapping. Rubber on the flow, air full of smoke. Pedal to the metal till you make the go. Swinging, smoking, you already know. Casey don't care, tell him how we go.
We go, we hype. We sideshow spark, going dumb in the right team. Time out, time to get the disc face. Pop the whole thing, go dumb in the disc face. We go, we hype. We sideshow spark, going dumb in the right team. Time out, time to get the disc face. Pop the whole thing, go dumb in the disc face. It's Kater going Stewie, we dumb. Hanging out the window at the sideshow on one. This my life, bruh, get on my height. Don't want beef, then get by sight. Pass me the Remy, I'm blown in the back of the Buick with your chick getting smacked from the back. Hey, you ain't no Young J from the love. My name just show for an AK-47. Gotta get stupid, gotta go main.
Time Attack originated in Japan, but is now taking England and America by storm. In Time Attack, you don't race other cars, you race the clock. It's all about the one flying lap. It's the domain of hard-tuned road cars that are modified for just one purpose, to go fast around the circuit. Bell Garage are helping set the new Time Attack trend here in Australia by building this Evo 9 Lancer RS.
Hi, I'm Brian from Bell Garage, and this is the Evo 9 RS that we built for Time Attack. Well, the customer commissioned Bell Garage to select the vehicle and build it for Time Attack purposes all over Australia. We chose the Evo 9 because there's not many Evo 9 RS race cars out there at the moment, as a proof of engineering, I guess.
All the mods performed on the car were done for one reason: fast lap times. The exterior is no nonsense, with the factory body kit remaining due to its already efficient design. The doors, boot and wing were all replaced with carbon items to shave weight, and the mirrors were also carbon GT items.
In terms of maximizing the power and utilizing whatever we have, we've reduced the weight of the car through carbon fiber doors, the boot lid, as well as complete strip down of the interior.
Step inside and it's the same approach. There's a full cage, and the driver's seat is now a Sparco Corsa fixed bucket seat with Takata harness. No need for gauges everywhere as the Evo runs a Haltech digital dash, giving all the info the driver requires at a glance. The suspension in this Evo has gone through a lot of development. Teen adjustable coilovers fill the guards, and rigidity is increased with an HKS strut brace and a G-Ready underbody brace. The lower control arms are adjustable rose-jointed items, which allow adjustments for track and camber. Stopping power is dramatically increased with Alcon calipers and rotors, with 6 piston jobs up front and 4 pistons down the back. They sit inside Volk TE37s, measuring 18 by 9.5 in classic white. They're wrapped in super sticky RE555 semi-slicks.
There's continuous testing going on with the suspension setups, and hopefully we can achieve what we want to achieve.
The guys from Bell Garage decided to build the motor in 2 stages. The first stage tests how far the motor and car can go with only bolt-on modifications. The most important bolt-on is the HKS Turbo Kit, comprising of manifold wastegate, dump pipe, and the 3037 Pro S Turbo.
The turbo setup was selected because it's a good balance between low-end response as well as high-end power, giving you a punch right through the rev range with minimal lag, considering the size of the turbo and the capacity that we're building it for. From here on, we would probably upgrade the capacity to maybe a 2.3 liter Tomei kit to give it more capacity, therefore more torque. And that would be better suited for the turbo that we have right now.
The turbo draws air through a custom airbox and intercooler setup into a hyper-tuned plenum and throttle body. Spent gases are dumped into a custom 3-inch exhaust with lightweight titanium muffler. The fuel system comprises of a SARD surge tank housing 2 SARD fuel pumps in the engine bay. They feed a Tomei twin-entry fuel rail holding SARD injectors. It's all kept in check by a SARD fuel pressure reg. A top-of-the-line Haltech E11 manages the engine due to its ability to control the Myvec variable cam timing, along with a wide range of inputs and outputs and data logging. Even with the factory internals left in place, the Evo pumps out 255 kilowatts at all 4 wheels. The drivetrain was beefed up with the addition of a PPG dog engagement gear set and an OS Geiken clutch. With 107s at Wakefield under its belt, with only fairly basic bolt-ons and limited development, we can expect big things from the boys at Bell Garage and the Evo 9 as they set the benchmark for time attack cars in Australia. Exquisite customs, from custom body modifications, airbrushing, paint and panel, to full custom interiors and complete audio installs, to suspension, wheels and tyres. Australia's first and only one-stop shop for all your customisation needs. www.xcustoms.com.au.
In the worlds before Monkey, primal chaos reigned. Heaven sought order, but the phoenix can fly only when its turbo fully spools. The mystical powers of HKS, Trust, Garrett, and G-Ready formed with the pure essences of heaven. The moisture of the earth and the powers of the sun and the moon, all working on a certain Nissan Silvia. The Monkey Convertible S13.
Hello， 我叫 Kevin， 呢架就係我 Monkey。
Kevin Lee is the man behind Queensland's Monkey Warehouse, and his candy red Silvia convertible is as rare as it gets.
Yeah, I got a hardtop S13 before with the same kit and same engine, and bought this convertible 3 years ago, and I moved the engine and drivetrain all together with the body kit as well because it's more wear. Yeah, something different. Yes, something different.
The Silvia's magic comes from within the SR20 DET, but unfortunately the block modifications are an Autoforce JHH trade secret, and we can't show you what's been done. We were, however, able to examine a few of its performance features without giving too much away. Kevin revealed that the conrods and forged pistons are HKS and the head has been ported and polished. And HKS Stage 3 cams, solid lifters and cam gears provide the extra breathing space for the massive Garrett GT 3540 Turbo. It sits on a custom manifold and screams to atmosphere through a turbo-smart external wastegate. And get this, an 80mm EA Falcon throttle body was chosen purely for its circumference, feeding a pricey Trust plenum. There's also a Trust sump and a G-Ready pulley kit. Extra protection is provided by a remote oil filter kit and oil cooler, along with a Cusco alloy radiator. The Motec M800 ECU manages the 740cc injectors, SARD regulator and Bosch coil packs. With boost set at 1.5 bar, it makes 310 kilowatts at the wheels. With that sort of power, Kevin doesn't ride a cloud because he can make a cloud. The crazy body kit also got transferred from Kevin's old car. The moulds were taken before it was fitted up and painted by DMD The Image. It comprises D-speed front bar and side skirts with a B&N sports rear bar. They were all modified to match up with custom-made wide body guards. A set of Monkey Warehouse taillights and subtle graphics finish off the Silvia. With its custom red Duco and stylish but tough look, many people struggle to work out what type of car it is cruising the streets of Brisbane. Monkeys have superior grip, and thanks to the rear 18 by 12.5 inch Bersaglio rims, the P0 Pirelli's footprint of 285 offers the best traction possible. Braking is increased with Project Moose 6 calipers and rotors up front, along with upgraded pads all round. Handling sharpened with JIC coilovers, along with white line sway bars and bushes. Inside, Kevin gave his Recaros a tan leather retrim. Things got out of hand, and the door skins, dash and interior accents were also given the tan treatment. And who could go past a Nardi drift steering wheel and a set of Deafy gauges to monitor the Monkey's vitals? Who needs a pair of nunchuckers when you've got this lethal S13 at your disposal? With the success of their 2 stores in Sydney and their store in Newcastle, Aussie Tyres is now expanding to service its customers on the Central Coast. The store will be holding its grand opening on Saturday the 3rd of February, and like everything Aussie does, it'll be huge. With giveaways, show cars on display, a barbecue, plenty of girls, and interest-free finance available on the day. Ignition will be there shooting hotspots, so it's set to be massive. The new store will offer all of the services Aussie is famous for, including tyre fitting and balancing, wheel alignments, lowering and suspension work, general servicing, and of course, Australia's largest range of performance and luxury wheels.
So, what are you guys doing down here today?
Yeah, we're just down here to support the grand opening of Aussie Tyres.
The Central Coast store will also be performing mechanical repairs and modifications as well. There'll be awesome deals being done on the day, so make sure you head down to Aussie Tyres Central Coast, 411 Mans Road, West Gosford, on Saturday the 3rd of February. We'll see you there.
It's not open to the public, but over 100,000 industry people went to the SEMA show in the States. That's a shed load of people.
I know, but how do they all fit?
2 million square feet, Lucy Lou. 2 million square feet.
You could really get lost, couldn't you?
Yes, you could.
Well, shame they didn't send you after all.
Good one.
After our recent visit to Japan, we decided another road trip was in order. And what better place to hit than Sin City, Las Vegas, home to the legendary SEMA show.
Guess who stepped in the building? You're rocking with soldier, 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 dollar. Guess who stepped in the building? You're rocking with
Ignition's here in Las Vegas for the world's biggest car show, SEMA 2006. There are 12 massive halls here that are absolutely chock-a-block with the world's best cars and products. This place is so big that it overfills into the car parks, and they've even had to set up pavilions out here to hold everything in. The event attracts over 100,000 people from over 100 countries over the 4 days. The cars we found outside were awesome, such as the BRS wide-body FD RX-7 and this top-secret Supra. We also stumbled across the Team Time Attack S15. As you can see, Maguire's is as big here, if not bigger, than what they are in Australia. Now, they've got 2 trade stands here at the show, and this one outside has some of the wildest show cars on their stand, so let's take a closer look. Now, the guys from the Maguire stand told me this little Mini makes 1,100 horsepower, so of course, I had to come in and have a closer look at why. Now, if you take a look under the hood, B16 Honda engine out of a CRX is now under here that's been stroked out to 2 litres, runs a Master Power turbocharger and has direct port nitrous injection. So you're probably wondering how it makes 1,100 horsepower, and I'll tell you how. Because it's got 2 of them. That's right, 2 B16 Honda engines turbocharged with gas are inside this little Mini, driving the rear and the front wheels, so an all-wheel drive 1,100 horsepower Mini Cooper. And if you have a look inside this crazy cabin, you're probably wondering why there's so many gauges. Each bank is for each engine. There's over 2,200 exhibitors taking up 1 million square feet of space. It's almost impossible to see everything in 4 days. The front hall is bigger than any car show in Australia. Sony had some wild demo cars. The other crazy audio cars were also rocking their displays. It seemed the hotter the promo girl, the bigger the crowd. Toyo girls were in high demand. It was obvious just to see how big drift and time attack cars are in the States, with many examples serving as both. This R34 GTR is used for circuit racing in the States. The Mines R34 GTR time attack car made an appearance. The Exceedi stand held the legendary Signal R34 GTR. Almost every car from the Formula D Drift Series was at the show. During the day, 3 of America's top drifters tore it up. Samuel Cubanetti in the Dodge Viper, Ken Gucci in the Toyo Mustang, and drifting legend Reese Millen in his new Pontiac Solstice. They proved why they are considered amongst the best in the world.
Well, this car will seem pretty familiar to most people as a Series 6 RX-7 with the exact same body kit from Valeside as the car out of the movie Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
Unlike Australia, factory manufacturers sponsor the highly modified demo cars. Subaru America also had some awesome stuff on display.
Now, the guys from Easy Street don't just have the fastest WRX in the world, they've also got the fastest street-tired all-wheel drive 4-cylinder. This WRX makes over 1,000 horsepower without nitrous and currently runs 9 flat down the quarter mile. And the best thing about the WRX at Easy Street, they've got some Australian guys working there that used to be with us, helping them push it to the next level.
What Castrol did was they took the top 5 builders across the country, put them together, and we built this one car together. We built it ground up in 4.5 months when we first got it. There was absolutely no parts available for it other than lowering springs, a bushing kit, and a turbo.
All right, I'm here on the Howtech stand with Mark, the CEO of Howtech. Mate, how many shows at SEMA is this for you now, and what are you thinking of this one, and how well is it working for you?
Well, this is the 3rd show that we've been to in a row, probably 4 times before that, so probably our 7th year altogether.
So is Howtech now pushing further than the American market, going worldwide altogether, or are you waiting before you take that step, or is SEMA helping with that step, or what's happening in terms of internationally?
SEMA does help with all that part of it internationally, although we already are into 52 countries in the world. So, you know, it's a matter of trying to keep the market, I suppose, as far as that goes, because of the competition that's around.
A trip to SEMA isn't complete without checking out the Vegas nightlife. If you're into cars, make sure you plan to get your ass to SEMA. We haven't finished though. We've still got the Performance Wheel and Tyre Hall to look at. In edition 15, we'll take a closer look at the outstanding cars from SEMA 2006.
Everyone likes free stuff, and it doesn't get any more free than this. All you have to do is jump onto the website at ignitiondvd.com and fill out the survey for a share of the $10,000 prize pool we have on offer. It's so simple, it should be illegal. Just answer a few easy questions like what you're into and what you think of Ignition DVD, and we could be sending you some very cool stuff. There's a blow-off valve and pulley kit from GFB, seat covers from AXS, a gold-class box set of Maguires, $200 vouchers from MRT, DVD and CD packs from Central Station Records, and heaps more.
All right, we've got some really tough cars in this edition, and this ballistic GTR is definitely one of them.
Yep, this is one cleverly modified Skyline, and you wouldn't pick it from the outside, but it's got all the top shelf gear and would wipe the floor with anything that crosses its path.
Yeah, if you want to rule the roost, but you don't want to attract the heat, this is the car for you.
Long live the stealth bomber.
Long live the king.
Woo!
With big numbers being made by GTRs on the dyno and at the strip, it's easy to forget what the car was originally designed for. Troy's R33 V-Spec takes the GTR back to its roots. You may remember Troy from Edition 10, the owner of Zoom Auto Imports with the mental green van. Well, this GTR is the latest addition to his garage.
I've always liked GTRs. Always wanted to own a 33 GTR. We sold the van mainly to help pay for the new GTR. We bought it as a complete package. I've probably saved, I'm not exactly sure, but a fair few thousand for sure. Hard work's been done, I just get to drive it now.
The R33 was built to perform on both the street and the circuit, true to the GTR's original mission statement. It takes a balanced approach, optimising every area of the GTR. The RB26 twin turbo is known for its response, as well as its power, so this mentality was maintained during the power-up stage.
Yeah, cruising around, it's good on fuel, as long as you don't boost it. It's got reasonably large injectors, so when you just do throttle it, it does drink the fuel. Off boost, it's reasonably quiet. It's not drony or anything. It's quite, quite smooth. Still feels like a standard clean car inside. Handles well, brakes well.
The turbos are HKS 2540 items, sitting on ported exhaust manifolds. These turbos don't sacrifice much low-end power, but the mid-range and top end are far superior to standard, as they're rated to 400 horsepower each. They dump into HKS dump pipes and a full Kakamoto twin exhaust system.
There's no lag really at all. The twin 2540s seem to pull along straight from start pretty much. No, it doesn't come on hard. It comes on at about 3,000 and revs out to about 8,000, 8,300. And it's powerful right through that power range.
As tough as the factory internals are, they were still upgraded. The block and water pump are Nismo N1 racing items, and the oil pump is from Trust. The factory crank and rods were nitrided, attached to JE forged pistons. The head was port matched and flowed before being fitted with massive HKS 280-degree camshafts. Keeping things cool in the heat of battle is an HKS drag spec intercooler, ARC radiator, and an Earl's oil cooler. A Nismo in-tank pump feeds a custom surge tank and Bosch 044 fuel pump up to SARD 700cc injectors and a SARD fuel pressure reg. Boosts controlled by a G-Ready E01, and management is top shelf with a Motec M800, which enables the GTR to run without restrictive factory airflow meters. On pump fuel, with 1.3 bar, the GTR makes over 480 horsepower at all four wheels. With the mid-range torque and response it has, the car is an absolute weapon. The The factory 5-speed now houses a Jim Berry-built custom clutch and a short shifter. There's also a torque split controller to further control power distribution to the front wheels. Front brakes are now AP Racing 6-piston items, while the rears are factory Brembos. Teen adjustable coilovers sit under each corner, and there's Cusco caster rods up front.
Mate, the car's brilliant all around. The AP 6-pistons are unbelievably in stopping. The teen coilovers handle beautifully. You've got no complaints without the suspension set up on it. There's no noise scrubbing. It's really nice.
Like the mechanicals, the interior and exterior not only look good, but are completely functional. The GTR wears a genuine 400R body kit, which aids aerodynamics and cooling. The vented carbon bonnet and carbon pillars add the finishing touch. The 18 by 10 inch Volk GTC rims enable bigger rubber to be fitted under the fat GTR guards. There's now Recaro seats inside the cabin, and there's carbon trimming through the dash. The instrument cluster has been upgraded to a 320 km/h Nismo unit, and there's DEFI gauges monitoring fuel and boost pressure. The factory gauges monitor oil temp and pressure.
I reckon it'd be a complete package. I mean, I don't want to put any more into it. I'm happy with the way it performs, it drives. It's been built correctly and done the first time.
Cruising tunes are provided by an Alpine head unit, an equaliser matched to Alpine splits up front, and 6x9s in the rear. An Orion 12-inch sub sits alongside the Alpine amps in the boot. Although it's not the fastest or most powerful GTR in Australia, it certainly is one of the tidiest and well prepared, continuing the legacy of the original GTR. For a guided tour of the Advan workshop, head to Ignition X.
Hi, my name's Kirsty Lee Allen. I'm 21 years old. I'm a full-time model and actress, and I live in Glebe in Sydney. I'm not originally from Sydney. I'm originally from Dubbo in the country. In my spare time, I enjoy drinking with my friends and going to the beach and the movies and
Freestyle magazine. Motoring. Fashion. Music. The complete mix of motoring, fashion, and music, making Freestyle the #1 automotive lifestyle magazine, and it's free. Freestyle Magazine, Australia's premier free automotive lifestyle magazine, available from all leading clothing, music, and automotive outlets.
This month, Hotspots took us to the Gold Coast to visit the legendary Broadwater car park. We met up at Pacific Fair first, so we could cruise down to the Broadie.
Oh, yeah, we're here with John and Philippe. The CRX brothers from a couple of editions ago, they decided to get a few friends together for tonight. Mate, how'd you get so many friends together so quickly?
We sent a few messages, and a few people replied saying, Ignition's going to be there. And we, yeah, Ignition. And I went, no way.
Well, I'm here with Big Cuddly Chris, as you can see. He's very, very happy and excited to be here with Ignition. He's got this absolutely off the scale, as he even calls it, hectic BMW. Mate, how many TV screens are in the car?
15, buddy.
You going to go more?
Yeah, another 10 more.
10 more. You're going to have 25 TV screens?
Yeah, brother.
Now, in the absence of Darren, I thought I'd get two very, very trendy individuals to go and interview some girls for me.
Come this way. Excuse me, I was just wondering, what is your best asset?
Have to be my legs.
Your legs. Look, mate, she's beautiful. She looks like Jennifer Lopez. What are you here for?
For you.
For me? Jeez, I don't even try and the girls come to me. I don't even know what's going on. This is B. She's now a beauty therapist, okay, but she used to do modelling. B, what brings you to this event tonight?
You guys.
Okay, she's come here because of us, but she doesn't look enthusiastic about saying that for some reason.
What is your best assets?
My left toe.
Your left toe. That's a very different asset, but it will be accepted in the answers. Deal or no deal?
Deal.
Rocking up to the famous Modifiers hangout, it was packed. The Broadwater has been a Saturday night hotspot for years, but police intervention has meant that numbers have dwindled in recent times. But with the news of Ignition DVD in town, car owners flock to the Broadie for a good night out.
This car is a Sydney car or sort of Gold Coast or American style car?
Neither. Brisbane car.
Brisbane car.
I just want to ask a question. What does your number plate stand for?
It says surreal.
Is that a fish?
No, it's just a word.
Oh, I thought you said whale. It's a dream car. To look at it right now, it looks like a dream car to me, so looks very nice. Thank you.
Thanks.
All types show up to hang out and check out other people's rides. It's almost become a tourist attraction.
Yeah, come from Logan, come down most Saturday nights. Just really like coming down, having a look at it and see what people have done with their money and everything like that. And I don't see how the police say that we're all coons and everything like that. Like, these people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars sometimes on their cars and getting them all right and everything, so it's lovely.
All right, I've stumbled across a drift car. Makes me feel a little bit more at home here at the Broadwater car park. There is a few V8s and stuff around. The man Sticky, RB20 powered Sylvia, mate. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good.
Pretty good. I saw that drink in your hand before, mate. I hope it wasn't alcohol.
It wasn't alcohol, but I do have a designated driver. I'm just the passenger tonight.
Why are you passenger, mate?
There was everything from drift cars and show cars to mega horsepower highway races. There was also a heap of Ignition feature cars present.
I think her best assets are her legs because I felt them and they were very smooth.
She looks fully sick. Let's go check out some more girls.
Get your monthly copy of Ignition DVD from newsagents, Autobarns, JB Hi-Fi and Easy DVD. If you had one wish, what would it be? At first glance, this pulsar looks quite tame and civilised. But as soon as you get to know this beast, you'll wish you'd never met it. Great street cars possess a balance between performance and show. They aren't trailer queens, nor are they scared of the rain. The streets are their playground.
Well, I modified the SR20DE and it didn't make much power. It only made 130 horsepower and I knew I wanted more than that. So I put the SR20DT in it.
In the quest for power, OME fitted an SR20 DET from a U13 Bluebird and had it fortified with a nitrated crank, CP forged pistons and Eagle rods. To help with the flow, the head was ported and fitted with Tomei 272-degree cams, custom cam gears and Ferreira heavy-duty valve springs. Such a solid internal setup could only mean an arsenal of high-end goods rocked the external. OME chose a Trust T518Z turbo for the best compromise between power and response on the street. It sits on a stainless manifold and blows through a custom intercooler setup and a ported throttle body.
Because I pushed the standard SR20 DET to breaking point, I knew I'd want more power, so I built it to be reliable on the street.
Fuel's handled by an upgraded pump, SARD fuel pressure regulator and 1000cc Bosch injectors inside a custom fuel rail. Electronics are handled by an Autronic SM4 computer and Autronic CDI. This combo is good for 240 kilowatts at the treads on pump fuel. The gearbox now contains close ratio PAR straight cut synchromesh gears, along with an upgraded input shaft. The clutch is a carbonic 5-puck, mated to a lightened flywheel. Suspension is also top shelf with fulcrum coilovers and white line sway bars. The differential was upgraded with PAR crown and pinion wheels and a Nismo 1.5-way mechanical LSD. OME also had a 5-stud conversion performed to allow fitment of R32 GTR brakes up front, which clamp DBA rotors. The Volk GTCs are the ultimate Jap Street Fighter rim, and in rare black 19-inch versions, they give the Pulsar big street cred.
I did the fastener conversion so I could put better brakes on it and also give me a wider variety of wheels to use, and I also wanted to put something on it the next Sky and the next Pulsar I couldn't use.
The looks helped along with new style front and rear bars, Suborn side skirts, eyelids and custom rear spoiler.
I wanted something that was sleek and stylish and also something that was a bit tough, so it's probably a bit JDM look.
Like we said, the ultimate street car represents the perfect balance. Inside the Pulsar, a full retrim in red and black leather sets the mood. The floor and roof have also been retrimmed and restyled. There's also a custom dash that now holds 5 essential autometer gauges. The rear seats have been removed to make way for the stereo and replaced with a fire extinguisher and harnesses. Who needs passengers in the back anyway? They only slow you down. The I setup starts with a JVC deck, then onto 2 15-inch kicker subs and a 4-channel cadence amp with Pioneer front speakers inside custom door pods.
I love just driving it on the street. I love taking it to Willowbank, and I wouldn't mind giving it a try on the circuit too.
It's a refreshing change to see a hot hatch that combines JDM with show style for a clean but menacing presence.
Normally when we talk about a dirty car, it's the kind that has, I wish my girlfriend was this dirty, scrolled into the dust.
But this next car is not that kind of dirty.
It's not, no. If there was a good dirty and a bad dirty, this would definitely be a good dirty.
And if you weren't into kinky SX before, you will be after you watch this.
The modifying game is a fast-paced life. Fast cars, fast colours and fast love. If you think you've got what it takes to live life in the fast lane, then let's see if you can keep up with this kinky S14. Jason Diaz's bright and shining ride of show-class quality has caught the attention of all living things that appear in its proximity. And just like a Venus flytrap, helpless prey will succumb to the alluring aura displayed courtesy of award-winning graphics. It hardly seems fair, but if you want to keep up, this is competition.
The reaction I get from people, man, like they just breathe the plate. You see a smile, plus thumbs up from old people, young people, everyone loves it.
Any modifier will agree that the hardest thing about customizing your car is the human nature of indecisiveness. To begin the brainstorming exercise, Jason started by fitting a healthy range of bolt-ons to keep the engine happy. A hybrid front mount satisfies the standard puffer running 15 psi of boost. Equipped with a 3-inch exhaust, a high-flow cat and an X-Force muffler, Jason's prepared the SR20 well for future power increases. A standard clutch was replaced with an Exity Heavy Duty, together with a lightened flywheel and custom pressure plate. This way, Jason would have no problem shifting torque.
One of the funniest experiences with this car is just we decided to do the intercooler piping ourselves, but we started when it was dark and there was no lights underneath the garage. So we're like using our phone and that, breaking clamps. It took us about 4 hours, but it's hooked up and it works. So.
Before the paint and graphics were even conceived, Jason had to keep his creative juices flowing. He wiped his hands clean of the grease and started with a set of edge side skirts, veil side rear pods and a modified Vertex front bar. From afar, you'd think an S14 Series 2 was on its way, but come closer and you'll realise it's actually the first generation S14. Jason has fooled Australia with his one-off bonnet fit to sit over the headlights, emulating the look of a Series 2.
The reason I did my bonnet is, it being a Series 1, it's not the most aggressive front end. I didn't want to just go with eyelids that everyone does. And just going through some European magazines, it's pretty big in the UK to do bonnets that go over the headlights, and I haven't seen it in the Australian scene yet. And it's probably the first one in Australia that I've seen.
In case you're wondering about the paint, Jason chose a wine red with pearl fades as the body colour, and soon after applied multicoloured tribal graphics to fill the void of emptiness.
I started doing graphic design, I finished that, and then I just liked cars too much. So now I'm a spray painter, and I kind of try and put the graphics into the cars. I drive this car wherever, through the city, up the coast, go out for a drive with friends with, you know, same sort of cars and that, or car shows, and yeah, just show it off.
A show car that raises eyebrows isn't complete without a set of chromies. So 4 20-inch LDRs complete with white wall Nankangs serve its purpose accordingly. All interior furniture has been transformed into a tasty yellow, personalised to a custard shade. The dash and door trims were also morphed into a custard yellow, using a vinyl composite mimicking the feel of plush leather.
Interior is a combination of leather and vinyl, just because it was to be used every day. Being a spray painter, it gets pretty dirty.
So far, the 200's attributes flow like a butterfly, but it sure knows how to rock the block. 2 12-inch Soundstream subs powered by a Soundstream amp ensure a decent 808 kick can be achieved. Back in the cockpit, 5 inches of TFT screen keeps Jason on the PlayStation. He's not getting loose. For all other times, it's a whole world of kinky SX. For the latest on Project 200, head to Ignition X.
If you want to know what the future holds for the motor car, you head to the Sydney Motor Show.
Yeah, and you were there strutting your stuff on the Ferrari stand?
Sure was. I mean, where else would you find all the latest models in one place?
Cars too.
When it comes to shows for the new car industry, the Sydney International Motor Show is the big one. It's the Australian event the foreign manufacturers take seriously, sending their latest production models and, more importantly, the concept cars that'll take them into the future. While concept cars rarely make it to the production line in the same guise they debut, often years in advance, they always provide a solid indicator as to the direction automotive technology is headed. One of the future stars of the 2006 show was the Mazda Cabura, a car the Jap giant has spent years and millions developing and will be aimed at RX-7 addicts. The unique asymmetrical 3+1 design means there's 2 front seats, 1 rear seat and what they call a jump seat behind the driver. For the moment, the rear-wheel driver gets round on an MX-5 spec 4-pot, but it does have a tint-adjustable windscreen. If it looks a bit wild for production, consider this. The RX-8 hit the showrooms just 4 years after it made its debut as a concept car, almost exactly true to its original spec. There was also the ethanol-powered Saab Aero X, Honda's 4-seater coupe, the Sports 4. The polished Lexus IS 250. There were a couple of hot bodies on the Ferrari stand. The $575,000 available now Ferrari 599 GTP Fiorano and our Lucy. And Holden will be importing the downsized Hummer H3. But back to the story. Another model attracting plenty of attention was the production version of the 336 kilowatt Alpha AC Competizione. First seen in concept version at the 2004 Sydney show. And if you happen to be in the market for a genuine supercar, Audi's 450 kilowatt R8 is in production now, but it won't come cheap. For those on a more modest budget, the streamlined new 3.2 litre Quattro is up for grabs. With the completely revised Evo 10 still under wraps, Mitsubishi returned with the 220 kilowatt Ralliart Evo 9 and its little bro, the boosted up Ralliart Colt. Nathan can't afford either, so he took a souvenir to remember them by. He also climbed aboard the mock-up rally car for a bit of virtual WRC action.
Whoa.
Talking of WRC mock-ups, Subaru brought a Solberg spec STI, along with 2 examples of production STIs and the new Liberty. Tiger's gun, Benji Marshall, was there with his exquisite built Fat Boy Proton, while the manufacturer turned on a few new models as well. Suzuki turned out the new Swift Sport alongside the SX4 rally car. And the motor show just wouldn't be the motor show without excessive amounts of lycra. Just a word of caution, dangerous curves ahead. For more highlights from the Sydney Motor Show, head to the events section at Ignition X.
The American import scene is having an ever-increasing impact on Australian styling trends, and this show-going Rex would definitely fit in well at SEMA.
Yeah, whoever would have thought that two-tone paint would make a comeback?
Next thing you know, a vinyl bodysuits will be back in fashion.
Well, good thing you've got your collection stocked up in the cupboard, ready to go.
right in the cupboard next to your pornos.
I don't have pornos.
In a world of slow-talking characters and even slower cars, there's always one individual who can never sit still. He's known as Gonzalez, Speedy Gonzalez.
Hi, my name is Eric Gonzalez. I'm 33, from Brisbane, and this is my WRX. I'm from Central America. Being from my background, I always cope the jokes about Speedy Gonzalez, but I just let the car do the talking.
The engine features an APS cold air intake system and stealth front-mounted intercooler kit to assist the VF34 turbocharger to run 18 psi of boost with ease. The exhaust starts with an X-Force dump pipe and cat into an OBXR system and muffler. With the Unichip piggyback computer tuned for pump gas, the Subi churns out 211 kilowatts at all four wheels.
Yeah, I drive the car every day to work, so it had to be tuned for street use.
It's good for modifiers to support local industries, so Eric went for DBA cross-drilled rotors. And on the topic of safety, Pedder's extreme coilovers fitted all round ensure the Rexy stays on surface. Eric's WRX takes styling cues from a few different sources, with an East meets West flavour. The body kit is pure Jap, with C-West rear lip, side skirts and front grille, along with a G-Ready front lip. Quad headlights and an STI rear wing finish off the body mods.
I'm a spray painter. I work at PJ's Custom. The inspiration for the paint job was based on the American scene with the two-tone and the lowrider scene with the airbrushing.
Two-tone is all the rage in the US at the moment. On Eric's car, it's made up of PPG's oh-so-orange, crystal black over the bonnet, roof and boot. The skull airbrushing was performed by one of Brisbane's most talented motor artists, Sonny from PJ's Customs.
The number plate is a Cholo, which is like Bato, Ese, like a gangster in Los Angeles.
The 19-inch Koenig Unknown centres are sprayed in the same crystal black as the Rexy's second tone. The interior stayed street, with black leather and grey inserts. All Eric needs to entertain himself is an Eclipse 6.5-inch screen, an Alpine amp, Type S 12-inch subs, front 6.5-inch splits, a roof-mounted 10.2-inch DVD player, and last but not least, Autometer's Phantom collection.
Yeah, when I drive this car on the streets, everybody looks, points. The attention is a reward to the money you spend on it and time to do it.
He may not be in Mexico chasing cats and chomping cheese, but he sure as hell is just as fast. Go get him, Speedy. Introducing motoractive.com.au, Australia's gateway to customising your ride. Providing quality advice from industry professionals makes motoractive.com.au the perfect starting point for beginners and veteran car owners alike. Orchestrate your next project with Motoractive's 5 areas of customisation: bodywork, paintwork, wheels, engine and interior audio vision. So be smart, be Motoractive. www.motoractive.com.au. The performance wheel and tyre industry is still the largest and fastest growing part of the aftermarket parts industry, and it definitely reflects at SEMA. The performance wheel and tyre hall is the biggest at SEMA, and it even extends into part of the second level as well.
The performance wheel and tyre hall is considered the place to be here at SEMA. It's nearly 100 metres wide and over 500 metres long, and jam-packed with most of the best cars, the best girls, and more bling than you can possibly imagine. This is where you find all the celebrities, all the big names, and more high-end exotic cars than you'll find in all of Australia. Right, we're at the front of SEMA, here where the guys from Dub magazine have set up their stand. Now, years ago, the word Dubs was used to describe chrome rims, but now it's all about the styling and the lifestyle that goes with it.
The SEMA show enabled us to check out the latest designs and trends that'll surely make their way to Australia. The two biggest things you notice in the hall are bling and JDM.
Now, here at SEMA, if you don't have a Ferrari or a Lamborghini on your stand, then you might as well not even rock up. Now, I'm here on the Da Vinci stand, sitting in one of their Lamborghini Spiders, and it's one of many exotic cars they've got here.
If your rims are bling and you want to get them seen, then they need to be on the hottest exotics. While if your rims are race, then they need to be on the hottest drift or time attack car. Toyo had one of the hottest time attack cars on their stand, the big-powered wide-body BRS Supra. Toyo also had plenty of celebrities on their stand throughout the week, including the crew from West Coast Customs.
We're coming down to Aussie Tires for the best tires, rims and tires in Australia. Make sure you see Aussie Tires.
Well, the guys from Michelin sure have made a bold statement. They've got a big sign hanging up saying the world's fastest cars all have one thing in common. And if you take a look at their stand, you can see what they mean. Bugatti Veyron don't even have one in Australia. They've got one on centre display. McLaren F1, Pagani Zonda, the Koenigsegg, everything's here on the Michelin stand. And it is one very, very big, bold statement here at SEMA 2006.
Getting to see the world's fastest and most expensive car, the Bugatti Veyron, up close, was an experience. This McLaren F1 GT is one of only 5 in the world.
Here we go.
The Da Vinci stand was one of the standouts at SEMA as they showcased their lineup of high-quality blinged-out wheels, including the new Forgiato range.
Hello, this is El Navarro. I'm here in Las Vegas at the SEMA show working for Da Vinci. Don't forget, if you guys want to get any Da Vinci wheels and tires, go see Aussie. Hello to everybody there in Australia.
Da Vinci have now released their new forged 3-piece lightweight rim series called Forgiato. Now, they're a high-end wheel, they're lightweight, 3-piece, all different designs, staggered fitments, and they're designed for high-end luxury and exotic vehicles. Every year at SEMA, there's a company that comes along with a new product and absolutely blows the whole show away. This year, Da Vinci have absolutely nailed it with their new clear rim. Most companies are happy just to win one award, as it's a huge achievement at SEMA, but they've absolutely cleaned up with 13 international awards, and they're on the cover of the SEMA magazine. The new clear rim's going to be coming to Australia real soon through Da Vinci's only authorised dealer, Aussie Tyres.
The Performance Wheel and Tyre Hall opened our eyes to where the car scene is heading. It's only a matter of time before it catches on over here.
I'm surrounded by thousands of rims here at SEMA, so it's very hard to find something that stands out. But I'm down here on the Koenig stand with their brand new rim, the Koenig Hot Swap. You can basically change the accessories on the outside of the rim to suit your taste for every day of the week. You can go red, you can go black, carbon fibre, whatever you like to change the look of your car every day.
Hi, we're the girls from Koenig Wheels, and you're at SEMA 2006. If you want to find Koenig Wheels in Australia, you can go to Aussie Tires.
With the help of Aussie Tires, Ignition DVD will be there to help it along.
Now, variety is the spice of life, especially when it comes to women, Lucy. But this next machine comes from way, way left field.
And judging by its running gear, it thinks it's a Mitsubishi.
Yeah, but the fact that it's not is what sets it apart from everyday run-of-the-mill imports.
Introducing the new heavily modified Proton Wera, the first in the country, possibly even the world.
Definitely the world.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, on the way.
"23-year-old Mustafa Saleh has been with his 97 model Proton Wera for a little over 2 years. Due to the nature of his work, Mustafa spent one of those years modifying it.
The process took long because I'm always busy and not have time to actually take the car around from one place to another. I'm a very busy man. That's why I built and modified the engine to suit my lifestyle.
Mustafa started off by purchasing an Eclipse GT Spider half cut, complete with ECU, box, front brakes and a 4G 63 power plant. Once Musti and the boys got onto it, nothing was spared. The TD05 Turbo spins comfortably with 18 PSI of boost, and the Microtech LTX 8 ECU helps the little Wera achieve 172 kilowatts at the front wheels. But not without the help of a custom 3-inch mandrel bent exhaust. Because of the close ratio behaviour of the Spider's gearbox, Mustafa's heavy-duty clutch doesn't stay disengaged long in gears 1, 2, 3 and 4. Hybrid projects are never easy to stomach, but the front calipers of the Eclipse found their new home in the Proton rather comfy.
We upgrade the Proton brakes to the Eclipse brake. They were bigger size, and we had to modify the back brackets to actually fit on the disc.
Cross-drilled and slotted rotors with heavy-duty pads are also responsible for Mustafa's heightened sense of safety. It's one thing to be able to go fast, but agility is just as important. The Proton's body forms particular resemblance to the early model Lancer. This attribute has been amplified with the use of an Evo 3 and 5 body kit, custom fitted to the Wera's contours.
I choose the colour of the car to be like, won't be like something too much, just to be like simple, to look like maybe a real Japanese racer or something.
Mustafa's interior blends perfectly with the Wera's overall theme. Recaros, retrimmed in white and silver leather. Door trims, roof lining, all major highlights. And of course, your vitals on check.
All the gauges were custom made, custom fitted in the car. Boost gauge, turbo timer, and the shift light.
This paves the way for a JVC in-dash DVD unit, along with two 12-inch subs in a custom-made box.
Yeah, I don't drive this car every day. I got a second car, which is a Nissan Maxima 06, and that's my daily use, and I use this car for a weekend. The reason I built the car just to be something different. Didn't want to have another Skyline or a 200SX, something to be different.
Mustafa's ride could very well be known as the urban representative. For the latest automotive lifestyle entertainment delivered every month, subscribe to Ignition DVD magazine. For more details and information, visit the Ignition DVD website at www.ignitiondvd.com.
While Ignition was in the US, they somehow managed to scam their way into a tour of the world-famous West Coast Customs. Yep, the home of Pimp My Ride.
Yeah, shorty, that's what I'm talking about. Hanging with my homie G's down LA way.
Something like that.
Ignition was representing with Modifying Roadie, you know what I'm saying?
Not really, you wigger.
You've been pimped.
After hitting SEMA, we continued our US road trip over to sunny Los Angeles. We checked out some of the sights and sounds that make LA one of the world's biggest tourist attractions. With Hollywood on our minds, we decided to find some celebrity modifiers. And who better to hook up with than West Coast Customs? After the show Pimp My Ride took the world by storm, West Coast Customs have become known as the Kings of Custom. We met the guys at the recent SEMA show and they invited us for a tour of their massive workshop south of LA.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Big Dane from West Coast Customs. I'm getting ready to take you inside the shop and see where the magic is done in the back. Follow me. This is our retail store. This is where you can buy all our novelty stuff. We got girls' little tighty whitey G-stringies. And for those girls that like more of a fuller fit in the back, check that out. West Coast Customs, tighty whiteys. Come check this out here. This is our Love Sack Lounge. This is where all our high-end clientele come and hang out when they're waiting for their cars to get finished. And as you can see here in the display cases, we have our own audio line as well. We did this hallway as it's dedicated to our tourists. We did a viewing hallway with windows where they can actually stand back here and see what's going on. Then also in this hallway, as you can see, a lot of plaques. These plaques are magazine articles we've had done over the years. And so we hang them on the wall and kind of give people some of the history of West Coast Custom. Then we go back over here and we go into our conference room. Also in here, you'll see jerseys and hoods. You got Shaquille O'Neal, Tony Gwynn, Jerry Rice, Deshaun Stevens, Josh Moore, Jimmy Johnson's hood, A.C. Carter, Ricky Carmichael, just an array of people that we've been dealing with over the years. Come on back here to the back of the shop. It's the good part. Now over here, it's where all them wild, crazy bills begin. And as you see this car on the left here, this is the one that was just featured recently at this past SEMA 2006 that drew a lot of attention. That's the Corvette. Everybody know who this guy is here. This is the famous Ishmael, or Ish, known to y'all out there in TV land. He's responsible for the interiors. This is where all the interior work is being done. This is where the magic with the interior gets to go down at. But this is our wood room here. This is all the wood fabrication, anything that has to be cut and built out of wood, fiberglass and all that. Chad is the man that heads this department. Come on over here, I'm gonna take you to the paint prep area. And of course over here we have our paint booth. This is Rafa, the head of the paint department. He's a man for not many words. Ain't that right, Rafa?
Hello, West Coast Custom.
See? That's the only thing we taught him to say was, hello, West Coast Customs. This is the type of stuff that people don't get a chance to see. I call it the darker side of West Coast Customs. And as you can see out here, a lot of crap. All these cars you see out here have to be worked on. And as you can see off in the far background there, our big rig. It's a real cool dude right here. This is Mark. Mark is our old car historian. Ain't that right, Mark?
Yes, it is. I grew up in the business.
All right, thank you, Mark. It was good talking to you. This is our film room. This is where all the filming, photo shoots, all that stuff gets done back here. This is a car that was featured at SEMA this year also. It's an S550 two-door. This is how we do it at West Coast. That's last year's Chrysler winner for a designer award, the two-door Charger that we built. Over here, we have the Shelby West Coast limited edition Mustang that we did also last year. We sick with the graffiti, as you can see. We sick with it. All this is done by real graffiti artists as well. It's a crew called WAI. They come in here and slam it down for us. This is our front desk area. This is kind of the meet and greet people. Oh, look, we got Ish. We got Ish. Ish has a twin. So we got his twin brother works here up front, and then we got Ish that works in the back doing the interior slamming it, you know? So that's pretty much it here for West Coast Customs. It's your boy Big Dane. I took you around West Coast Customs. I showed you everything. I hope that you enjoyed your visit here with West Coast Customs. Ignition TV. Keep it gangster, West Coast, baby. Peace, and I'm out.
When our US road trip continues, we visit the Super Street Magazine Time Attack Finals and Reese Millen's workshop in Orange County. Got a hot modified car you think's worthy of a feature in Ignition DVD? Know of a cranking car club or upcoming cruise? What about a hot spot? Hit the website at ignitiondvd.com and let us know.
They say nobody wins in war, but that wasn't the case at Drag War. Somebody definitely won.
Who?
Well, surprisingly, it wasn't the Pack Boys, because a technical difficulty put them out of the final.
So who won?
You always do this. Just watch the feature. I don't want to ruin it.
The Australian National Drag Racing Association kicked off another sports compact drag racing series with a bang.
We're here at Western Sydney International Drag Strip for Drag Wars. It's the first round of the Andra Sports Compact Championship Series, so let's go check out all the cars and the action.
David Homer, in his Toyo-sponsored Suzuki Swift, reset his own sport front-wheel drive record.
The Pack Performance Racing crew are out in force here today with a huge amount of cars in the running. And also the MX-6 is back in action. Already qualifying first with a 7.2 at a whopping 198 miles an hour.
The Pack Performance MX-6 ran a 7.2 at 198 miles per hour to qualify first. A new entry into the Pro rear-wheel drive category was the Mental TRP WRX, driven by Dominic Rigoli.
I'm here with Dominic Rigoli and the TRP WRX. Mate, tell us why did you change over from 4-cylinder to 6-cylinder as well as from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive?
I wanted to run Pro rear-wheel drive instead of Sport Mod. It's a better class, and with the 4-cylinder it probably won't be too competitive, but with the 6, we'll get it there.
What sort of power is it making so far? And tell us a little bit about the setup on the engine and sort of what development it's been through and any dramas and stuff like that.
Yeah, basically the same as our 4-cylinder, like same internal parts. Only problem we've sort of had with this is the crank. We've got to get a billet crank made for it, which we're getting done at the moment. Other than that, it makes a fair bit more power and torque than the 4-cylinder, a lot less boost. We're basically making the same sort of power as the 4-cylinder with less than half the boost. It makes it a lot more reliable too.
Are we going to see you turn the boost up today on a grudge match and go a little bit fast, a little bit further, or?
I just want to try drive it a bit better first. Yeah, I want to turn the boost up, but I think I'm going to end up in the wall.
The Osmod category was hotly contested by heaps of quick rotaries, but the Pro rear-wheel drive category is where the big boys play. Tensions ran high, with the Pack boys incurring the wrath of the marshals after an impromptu burnout resulted in a close call with a track official. In the end, the Penrith Mazda RX-7 faced up against the Pack Performance MX-6 in a Pro rear-wheel drive final. With the Pack boys a no-show due to a small mechanical problem, the RX-7 took the win, with Ivan's RX-3 in third and the TRP WRX in fourth. The stage has now been set for the championship. For more details on upcoming events, check out the Andra website. You can now get the first 6 editions of Ignition DVD in this special collector's edition box set for just $49.95. To purchase the box set, contact Ignition on 02 9633 3435. Hit the website at ignitiondvd.com or email us at info@ignitiondvd.com.
What could you possibly do with 1,003 horsepower?
Educate.
Educate who?
Anyone on the road, man. There's no such thing as overkill. Check this bad boy out.
In October 2006, NASA set a new benchmark in the import scene when his Millennium Motorsports Supra became the first import to make over 1,000 rear-wheel horsepower in a public dyno competition. NASA's a pretty laid-back kind of guy, so what motivated him to build the most powerful import in Australia and keep it street registered too?
Hi, my name is Nasser, and this is my Toyota Supra.
From the outside, it doesn't look like much. The dragger number plates, G-Ready stickers and the massive 3.5-inch exhaust hint at the car's intentions, but the bodywork is otherwise factory. The 19-inch Volk GTCs reinforce the Jap street racer look. Jump inside and it's all business. The trim remains stock, but there's plenty of electronics to keep an eye on the engine. There's DEFI gauges monitoring boost, oil temperature and exhaust temperature, a dual-stage shift light and Blitz ID boost controller. There's also a TRD 320 km/h speedo, which NASA assures us is required. When you look under the hood, the seriousness of the car starts to become apparent. With a giant Trust T88 38GK turbocharger staring straight at you. Sitting on a custom manifold with an HKS 50mm external gate, it's a force to be reckoned with.
We made up 680 horses at the wheels. It lasted only for maybe a few months. Then a guy with a GTR came and bet my power with 720 kilowatt, I think. Came back to Carlos at Millennium Motorsports, said to him, man, I need more power.
Millennium Motorsports know their Supras. So Carlos planned out a simple but strong combo. The Prep 2JZ block was fitted with Eagle rods and CP pistons, which swing on ACL bearings, while ARP rod bolts, main studs and head studs hold it all together. With big power in mind, HKS 272-degree camshafts were fitted inside the ported head, Crower double-valve springs and retainers. Adjustable cam gears, Power Enterprise timing belt and a Titan Motorsports harmonic balancer complete the tough engine. Millennium Motorsports then fabricated the engine's support systems. Everything was made in-house, starting with the intercooler setup to the billet throttle body and massive plenum. The Millennium Motorsports top feed fuel rail houses Power Enterprise 1000cc injectors, which are kept in check by an SX fuel reg and fed by two Bosch 044 fuel pumps in a custom surge tank under the car. Braided lines and speed flow fittings have been used throughout to ensure reliability. A top-of-the-line Haltech E11 controls the beast with help from an AEM ignition system.
It was the first time to see it everywhere in Australia, 1,003 horses. And then I was satisfied. I said, this is my goal, I've done it, and that's it.
For special occasions, NASA also has a 100 horsepower NX nitrous kit up his sleeve, which was used to crack the Big 1000. Without gas, the car still makes over 930 rear-wheel horsepower. The scary part is that NASA's daily driven pump fuel street tune still makes just on 700 horsepower. Surprisingly, the factory Getrag 6-speed gearbox and stock LSD are able to handle the power, but the clutch has been upgraded to an OS Geiken twin-plate clutch. Scarily, the brakes are standard, but the suspension is Coney enhanced. Now that a new power benchmark has been set, who's going to take up the challenge? Whoever does, Millennium Motorsports will be there waiting. This month we've got a great subscription offer going on. In fact, it's going off. Get online at ignitiondvd.com or call us at Ignition on 02 9633 3435 and sign up for a 12-month subscription. And you could receive mad prizes from TurboSmart, Maguire's, MRT, AXS and Central Station Records. It's just $143.50 for the year and means big savings on your monthly hit of Ignition DVD. Plus, you get your copy before everyone else.
Smashed it loose.
Nailed it, Daz.
Yeah, another killer edition. Make sure you watch the next few upcoming editions, guys, for more madness from the USA, a road trip style.
And in the meantime, check out Ignition X.
Yeah, there's more of the Sydney Motor Show and Lucy in a raunchy red dress.
And we'll be taking a cruise through the Advan workshop.
And we're going to check out the latest on the project car front.
So thanks for watching, guys. See you next month.
It's a Saturday night, so we headed to the strip. Gotta get fitted, cause you know I stay dipped. Just got a fade in my tee, looking clean. Stunners on my face, pocket full of green. J's laced up, whip raised up. Ready with the switches and the whole bass up. Trunk got knocked, dubs look hot. Looking for the side, show that be the spot. Million out of sight, coming straight from the Zay. Young J out of Oakland, off from the Yay. 3 Bay bosses, getting shit cracking. At the side show with the tracks you be slapping. Rubber on the flow, air full of smoke. Pedal to the metal till you make the shit yoke. Swinging, smoking, you already know. Casey don't care to tell him how we go.
We hypey. Side show spark, going dumb in the right feet. Time out, time to get the diss face. Pop the whole thing, go dumb in the diss face. We hypey. Side show spark, going dumb in the right feet. Time out, time to get the diss face. Pop the whole thing, go dumb in the
Yeah, just go from there.
No,
Cut it.
you're not the director. You're just the host.
Shut up.
Just do your job.
Well, I heard the Wiggles are auditioning for a new frontman. What are you doing?
I was picking a wedgie.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's not even open to the public, but no shot.
While Ignition was in the US, they somehow scammed their way into a tour of the world-famous West Coast Customs. Yep, the home of Pimp My Ride.
Yeah, I represented for the gangsters.
Fucking hell, Darren, that's my mic, you loser.
Well,
Yeah.
no. Show going Rex. That's not gonna help.
You're really annoying me. I'm gonna be sick again.
I can't help it.
Shut up, Darren. F off. Okay.
I'm here with Ignition DVD at the hotspot at Gold Coast. I'm just about to ask this beautiful young baby, hello, how are you? What's your name? He's not sure of his name. I'll just ask him, what's your best assets? What is your best assets? Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you very, very much.